I think that's part of my letting go and being like, okay, I haven't got to lug this around anymore and be like, cool, that's that. I've experienced it. I've let it pass through me and I've let it go.
And then you come in here and here I am. All right,
Coming
let's
in,
talk
he's
all
like,
about it. Let's rip these songs and let's unpack it all. I always really love it when something that has moved us in the past is lovingly reinterpreted as like a gift. It's like another gift. And as soon as the first time I ever heard this album, right, which was a while ago now, sitting right opposite you in a living room, going through it. And I wanted to start the conversation. Hi, by the way.
Hello, Zane. What's going on?
I can't help it. I'm just straight into the music.
Let's go.
It's so moving. And that title track it means so much to the listener when you get to that point in the album cycle. It's a real sense of renewed kind of discovery and freedom and love, I think, comes off in that music. And I wonder if that was the same for you.
Yeah, totally. I think like it kind of just, it feels like if a Lotus was actually a song, it would be that Lotus, you know, starting in like almost the soundscape's like pretty murky, like it feels quite, you know, and then by the end it grows and it
Searching for sunshine.
Yeah, exactly. And then it kind of pierces through and that's where you get this.
That's what this album is. You summed it up. There it is.
Man.
How long did it take you to figure out that ultimately that's kind of what this album represented, was the search for blue sky again, you know, to come out of this darkness you'd been in to find what's possible?
Probably up until I released it. It was like, it's still, even now, it's still taking on different meanings. From the genesis, from making it up until recording it to putting it out and then seeing how people connect with it. It's like it reveals new things about itself, which is probably going to do for the rest of life and stuff. Like I think all my albums kind of, I look back at them and think, oh yeah, I remember what I was going through at that time, but this is actually how it feels to me now, you know?
Yeah, I was going to ask that. I mean, every album you hope is a postcard for your feelings, emotions, where your spirit lies, and the lessons you need to learn in life. But this one definitely is probably the most life in all of its rawness and all of its reality that you've actually put into the music as you've been living it, right? I feel like the luxury of distance to reflect wasn't really present on this record.
Nah.
In terms of distant reflection.
Yeah, it was very much like happening in real time.
Yeah.
And having to just like catch it and document it and be like, all right, cool. It's what I feel. I'm gonna just put it down. I'm gonna write a song about the feeling of loneliness because that is exactly what I feel at this present time, or what I have been feeling. I'm gonna write a song about this, I'm gonna write a song about that. And so just like, yeah, really trying to capture the emotion and what I'm feeling in real time and just documenting it.
How do you create the safety to be able to do that? I'll give you an example. Do you allow yourself the grace to not release it if you choose to? Is it an exercise more than in discovering what you feel versus finishing something to release to the world like an end result? Do you know what I mean? Do you allow yourself the space to be, otherwise, how do you get to that pure honesty, right? It's a very, very heavy, deep experience to tell the truth to that degree.
Totally, but I think that's part of my letting go and being like, okay, I haven't got to lug this around anymore. I haven't got to carry this and like, do you know what I mean? I could just write about it and be like, cool, that's that. I've experienced it. I've let it pass through me and I've let it go.
And then you come in here and here I am. All right, let's talk all about it. Let's rip these songs and let's unpack it all. First of all, it's obviously why you don't do that many conversations, because it's all in the music and we all respect that. Number two, I definitely respect the fact that you do continue to come in here and see me, and I always appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Come on,
man. Love you.
Like,
you
just
know
need
that.
to see your face, that sign, just this frame right here.
I love it, man. I feel very special, as do a few people, when you know that you take the time to talk about it. And there's a lot to unpack on this record, a lot of beauty in this album, I think.
Thank you.
You know, probably a lot of areas that people will be hyper-focused on, but in a strange way, that's not the point. The point is the beauty that you've surrounded and the feeling that you've captured from this record, regardless
Sure.
of the specifics, you know?
Sure. No, I appreciate that. And that's I'm really glad you said that, and that's out there, because I don't want it to, do you know what I mean? People are gonna say it's about this or it's about that or whatever, but it's about my experience, you know, in within so many different aspects of my life, and I try my best to just tell my truth and be honest about that. And it's not the easiest thing, you know what I mean? It's like opening up my diary, like, here's Zane, read it all. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's
it's also not easy to listen to sometimes.
Yeah,
which you know, I'm not even just saying that because I know you. I know some of the people that you're in dispute with. It's terribly sad, and no one wants to see it. No one wants to witness that, because we've all been gratefully beneficiaries of the chemistry and the friendship that did exist.
The legacy of that will always remain.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think I always try to, like, almost describe it as like, if you have, you know, you have a kid with someone,
yeah,
and you're no longer, you don't just stop loving the kid. Do you know what I mean? That's like, you're always gonna love the kid. You're always gonna love what you've done together, but it's just that's no longer, and that's okay. Do you know? So
hard though, right? Hard to move on. And so let's talk a little bit about the kind of, if that's okay with you, a little bit about the hardest lesson for you, which, if I'm to believe the music, which I always do whenever you make it, was the trust, the shattering of something that you felt was a safe space.
Yeah.
Like, I've actually been through this quite recently with something I won't go into detail with. Where
Is
it's
it?
like, where it's like you really can't believe that something you thought was one thing is something completely different. And then there's a line in there you talk a little bit about, like, you start thinking like, what did I do wrong? But that's what people make you feel. And it's like this sense of just like total kind of uncertainty seems to be how the album kicks off, like an anger based out of a lack of safety and security.
Yeah, totally. And like, I don't know, like, it's challenging to write from that place, because as much as like you're looking at what you feel is what has been done to you, it's like it really makes you look at yourself, and that's why it poses some of these questions like, did I do something? Like, did I, do you know, and you're forced
to, I enable this breakdown?
Exactly, you know? And so you have to really turn inwards in a way that's like, this is mad uncomfortable, but I'm always learning about myself, but I never question my character, like who I am at the core, do you know? And so when something makes you want to do that, it's very like, so am I not who I thought I was? You know what I mean?
It's the first time you've been through that?
To this, like,
extent.
It's, for sure. And so that's really challenging as well. And then as well, just like, you know what I mean? It's everything around it. It's like the people that love what we had done together, and the people that are close to the situation, and it's just techie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it requires so much space, and that's the one thing. I mean, when we spoke, you know, I was like, well, the subject matter on this record is for us to be able to absorb and apply to our life, and any of the stuff that like you say, the sticky stuff has got to stay
for sure
over there. But equally, it's a part of your life, so you've got this canvas, you've got to paint what's real to you, right?
I'm not really on this like having to go through something mad to make something great stuff though.
Great art is measured by the extent to which you suffer.
Do you know what I mean? Done with it. I want to, it's time to be happy now.
And that's what Lotus is. That's what their song is, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're out of it.
Yeah, man. Trying to rise above it, trying to pierce through it, and try and create from a different space. And I understand, like, obviously life's going to do what it does, and up and downs and all of that stuff. but it would be nice to just like,
be done with it.
do you know what I mean? Just be done with it, man. Just let me like.
Why does it have to be so hard?
Yeah.
For everybody. Look, I pray that that it gets resolved to a degree where everybody can move on with as much in their heart as possible.
Same.
You know how I feel about your former collaborators. I've got nothing but love for them on my personal side, and I'm sad it's gone the way it's gone. But I'm really grateful for this album.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful for the people that you worked with in order to bring this album to life. I want to talk, and I really want to sort of give you a chance to talk a little bit about Miles, about the person who helped you make this record and really helped you. Producers help in lots of different ways, but it sounds like you really put a lot of trust in him and in the team to say, look.
Totally.
Let's just talk about the honesty and the vulnerable moment, that moment of vulnerability when you were like, hey, I'm not coming in here like flying off of a big win here. I'm somewhere else.
Yeah, I just had to get real with everyone that was involved and just say, boy, I appreciate you taking the time to want to take on this project and whatnot, but whatever you think it is that I've got, I don't feel like I've got that. So I could potentially be wasting your time. If you're here to ride it with me, love, thank you, but I don't know what I'm capable of right now. I'm not confident in my ability as an artist, which is crazy because I've always been quite like, no, I know my thing. Do you know, I know I can write a verse and I know I can, but I didn't know how to start verses. I was very just lost. And so it took having to have a real conversation with Miles and a lot of the musicians that played across this record, a lot of the features, the collaborators, and everyone was just very, very patient and very like, yo, it's cool. Like, we're on your speed, on your time. We're here to be of service to you and not even to you, but to the project, itself.
Whatever it becomes.
Yeah, whatever it becomes. And I just said, I don't know what's going to happen, but I will show up every day on time and I'll give my everything to it. If you're just patient, hopefully something good will come of this.
It's interesting that beautifully described, thank you, but equally to get to a place where you have to say, look, I've got no answers here. I'm not coming in. Like I said, I've got the wind at my back right now. No. A lot of people wouldn't have gone in at all. They would have waited for life to turn around before they went in to try to put life on the canvas.
Yeah.
What prompted you to put time on the books at all?
Yeah, I'm an artist, Zane. Do you know what I mean? This is like my livelihood. This is my purpose and my calling. Even in the moments where it doesn't feel like it, there's still something in me that's just like, nah, man, just show up though. Do you know what I mean? Just like, at least give your all and attempt it. And if it's not that, it's not that. At least you've tried. But it's worth just like, and as well, you have people here, you have Miles here, you have a team that are gonna ride it with you. Do you know what I mean? And that are gonna show up to the studio as well and give and commit to this project.
But you were scared.
Super scared. And just very like, very lacking in what I could do, where I could go.
And this is where, again, I want to give you the space to answer these things. And you know
Sure.
me, I'm not out to probe for nothing. But it's all part of the story of the record. And so what can you tell us about the lack of confidence you felt? Because to your point, we're not used to that. Like, I feel like every album you've put out has been another step on top of where you came from. You're standing on your own shoulders every time, getting closer and closer to greatness. So where does that confidence go?
I think like when you're in like a creative partnership or like working environment with people you work with very frequently, you lean on each other for certain things and it becomes like, just your thing. This is how you create and this is how you get the result. And so when that's not there anymore, you're really like, oh, it's just me. And I gotta figure out, I don't have that sparring partner that I'm used to. And I gotta really trust my taste and my ear and my ideas. which I have always done, even way before that situation. But you know, when you do 2-3 albums, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's intricate.
Yeah, super intricate, and then it goes deeper than the music.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It's just like on a life one, you just that's so embedded in your life, and likewise, you know. So it just becomes like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to do a lot of searching just for like my own voice, and like having to lead in a way that is new, and just like really stepping into my own, you know.
That's great work. That's incredible work. I mean, that's hard work, but like, that's real work. Where did you go? Where did you start? When you knew that you, as you said, and beautiful, I mean, again, you said it in one sentence, I'm an artist. Like, that's what I've got to do. So, okay.
Started with tears, yo.
Bet.
Yeah, man. Started with a lot of anger. Started with a lot of just sadness, you know, just real sadness. But then also there was something in me that was like, but like, what could be though? Do you know? Even though there's like, this is no longer, and it's sad and all this stuff, there's still something that was like, but if this was my last or whatever, what would I want to make? You know?
Possibility.
The possibility, exactly.
It's always there, huh?
Yeah.
Even during the tough times.
So I'm going to go make a song like Young, because why not? And they're probably going to cuss me.
I'm so glad you brought that song up, because that song is really important to the record, because in a way, even though it stands out as being playful, and it's, you know, it's certainly fucking judgy in all the right ways, but it's kind of a really important song, right? Because it breaks the spell a little bit. Yeah,
for sure. And I was making ideas like that from long time, but just probably wasn't brave enough to do it, and wasn't brave enough to take a risk like that, you know. But I'm so glad that I knew from the jump they're gonna cuss me. They're gonna be on me for this. Watch.
Why? What? Where is the perception of you? Where does that sit when you go there? Like, who are you talking to ahead of schedule? We're like, you're gonna fucking come at me for this. Who are you talking to?
Just like them who want the rappy,
right,
like barsy,
That's
sort of. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Gorilla, they want that, or they want, you know what I mean, whatever it is.
That you're a victim of your success there in that regard, that because you do that so well that when you try to break out and do anything different, everyone's going to be like, that's all I love.
I don't mind that though. I think it's like I got to keep it exciting for me as well. Do you know what I mean? I actually live in this body, and I actually got a
newsflash. Yeah, everybody. Some of it's for you.
So yeah,
all of it's for you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I gotta do what like excites me and what makes me feel even a bit nervous and a bit like, oh, I'm not sure. But I'm not like, to some people I may be new, but I have been doing this, you know. So I feel I'm at a stage where I'm able to step out of my comfort zone. And maybe I'm never make a song like that again, and maybe I will. But the point is, I want to be able to look back and say, yeah, that time when you tried that time when you was brave enough to do that, that time when you took a risk, that time when they cussed you, that time when they loved it, and that, you know what I mean? I think I would like to look back at my career and say I had those moments, you know?
And has it divided some people, that song?
Yeah, they're on me. They don't, what is this?
Like, how do you even know? How does that information even get to you?
You just, well...
Don't tell me you're scrolling.
No, I mean, things pop up, and naturally I think you want to see how people react to stuff that is new. Well, at least I do.
Yeah, it was disingenuous of me to say, tell me you're not scrolling. Everybody scrolls. I scroll. Fuck was I on?
Yeah. No, it's blessed. Like,
it's not even like this chair is that high. I'm lower than you. And I'm like, can't believe you're scrolling.
No, it's blessed. I think it's, for me, especially because it's something new, it's like, There's an I'm intrigued to see.
You knew it. That's why you're checking it. You
Yeah.
knew. You wanted to
I knew
see.
it was going to be on me for that.
So what does that song mean to you now? What does it afford you now that you've crossed that line, you've taken that risk, you've had the courage to put a song out that takes what everyone thinks of you as being this person they want you to be forever, and you're like, sorry, I had to break your heart at some point.
Yeah.
Here's the song that's done that. What does it afford you now? Let's bring it back and make it your narrative. Like, everyone can have that opinion. What is that song to you?
I think it's, for me, it just represents like, I really out here do what I want, yo. I have a personality and I have many sides to me. And this is, I'm on banter, and not everything's got to be like, I'm going to take you there and you got to sit down in your headphones at night and just, nah. Like, sometimes I just want to be able to have a laugh, you know? And that's okay. Like, I think music's allowed to like pull different things out of you as an artist and as a consumer as well, you know?
Yeah,
and I think
it's a good lesson for all of us.
Exactly. And so, and as well, I just like that it feels very British and very like an ode to some of the stuff I grew up on and listened to, you know?
It's a nod to all the greats who've come through and subverted on that level. It's all comedy, mate, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
When you're lying on your deathbed at some point, whether you can communicate it to others or maybe in your last seconds, I'm sure for all of the frustrations and pain and anger and sadness that you're going to leave this life behind and all those experiences you won't have, there might be a tiny fraction of all those memories where you're like, oh, it's a bit lolo.
Yeah.
Right?
No, facts.
It's a little bit lol. When did the laughs start coming on the making of the record?
When I thought this could be a shit show.
When you face disaster in the and stared it right in the eyes.
You might as well enjoy it
That's
now.
what I'm saying. There's comedy to that.
Yeah, you know, you may as well enjoy it. Why not? And also, again, working with Miles, like he's such a like free spirit, and so he's down to move however I want to move. I want to say, yeah, I want to tap into the bossa nova space. I want to try something a bit punky. So just even working with someone that has the ability to just be like, I'm on what you're on, you know, there's no limit. So you start to feel
talented. I mean, I've been a fan since, you know, a lot of the music that Miles has made, you know, from Michael all the way through to lots of different things. And I know you've worked with him before.
Yeah. But even him as a sorry to cut you, just like as you know, starting as like a session musician, because that's how I met him. He was like, he like played the bass on Selfish, like played on Venom. He played a lot over Grey Area on Introvert. And so now to see him stepping into this, I mean, he's been producing, but really like take on a project and put his stamp on it. And it's really nice to see.
In a lot of ways, there's a real symbiosis to that. You need a new beginning.
Yeah, totally.
It's clear from listening to the arrangements and the musicality that Miles and the team of musicians brought to you for you to produce with them, that they were looking for, to your point, the kind of project that they can look back on and go, that was a key moment for the next era of our life.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody knew you were putting something on the shelf you wanted to stare at and be proud of for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know, everyone showed up here, big time.
Yeah,
the playing is unbelievable.
Yeah, some serious, like, just giving of self. Do you know what I mean? And even from the people who played on it, but also everyone who helped me write this out. Like, I couldn't have wrote what Michael wrote. I couldn't have wrote what Moses wrote. That was them being like, I want to say this on your record, you know?
When I heard it for the first time, what struck me was just how every musician who played on this record was showing up for you in the biggest way. And to get an artist like Michael or Moses or the players to play out of themselves like that and write those kind of words and sing those kind of things, how honest did you have to be with them in order for them to show up and tell that story?
I think just like I tell you my experience, and this is what it is, but just do your thing. Do you know what I mean? Like I like to give people the freedom to just go where they want to go and do what feels natural and what comes out. And if we got to refine things or look at things, cool. But I didn't have to say too much. I feel like...
Gave them a feeling.
Yeah, and they got it. They understood that. And I always think like, well, I don't know if this is the same for everyone, but I just, you know, if I feel something, it's because I can relate to it, and so I use it as a way to channel like what I want to say or how I can relate to this feeling, and hopefully it resonates with the artist if it comes to a feature or something like that.
It must be deeply emotional for you to hear this album come together, because to your point, you know, you're kind of discovering a whole new part of your life and what you're capable of as the music's being made. So you're experiencing this in real time.
Absolutely. And just like when I'm going through the songs and I'm trying to figure out how to sequence it, and I'm like, do I start here or do I start like this? Like, how do I want to set the tone?
It's the beautiful madness of it. I love it. It's my favorite thing to do, but it's also it's to drive you crazy.
Yeah, man. Sometimes I think, does it actually even matter? Because of the way like people digest and consume music.
Okay, what's one of your favorite albums of all time?
Of all time?
Any album. Just anyone. Doesn't have to be your favorite. Just one that you listen to a lot.
Diary of Alicia Keys.
I think it really does matter, and I think I thought about this before. Is it because I've rearranged albums for personal use just to see how it feels, and I've even been harsh and taken songs off.
Do you ever play it back to front?
Oh, going backwards?
Yeah.
I've never done that.
Yeah, I think sometimes I say, no, it's a good album if I could start from the last song.
Have you met Alicia?
Yeah.
She's cool, right?
Yeah, lovely.
Amazing energy. Has that been a good thing for you, or has it been at times a weird thing for you to meet people that you've looked up to that encouraged you to be an artist just purely by being artists?
Yeah.
And then you get to meet them and it becomes kind of this sort of revolving circle of hanging or just meeting.
Everyone's blessed, you know, I'll be honest. They say you shouldn't meet...
Who said that though?
You've heard that, Zane. Come on.
Of course, because that's what I do for a living.
Exactly.
So one of the first things someone said was, you know, they say never meet your heroes. It's been great for me.
It's been a time for me. It's been a time for me.
Hardly anyone's ever let me down.
And and I think it's nice, like, just to help people laugh, and more time. The only thing I want to say is thank you.
Yeah.
If we have a long conversation, great, but I'm not in search of that. I just want to say thanks. Keep it moving. Do you know? That's all you really, I think, need to.
It's also the quickest way to have a long conversation. Just
That's
by starting with gratitude, right, and letting it evolve. What was let's just do that internet thing for a second because we're standing here. What's one of the ones, maybe aside from Alicia, that you were like, oh, okay, I'll remember this moment. This was a special moment for me. This is like a full circle moment for me as a human, as a fan now, as an artist, being able to be in the vicinity of somebody.
It wasn't so much an encounter. It was just more so like a moment of observing. But when I supported Lauryn Hill on tour, I just used to watch her sound check in the auditorium, just like in the back, and just yeah, it was nice because it obviously wasn't the show, but I think just the way she you could just tell she cared about live, you know, and because it's an experience for people, and you get the opportunity to give someone a real experience through your music, you know, so
memory.
Yeah, memory, exactly. And
it's what we'll talk about, man. Again, not to be super fucking dark and overly mortal.
No.
But it's like when you get to that point, I mean, you know, all you're going to do is tell stories, and you just keep telling the same stories over and over again.
Yeah, totally.
Because as you get older, you just like only want to tell the good ones. And so your list of stories gets smaller and smaller because that's a good one.
Remember that one time I told you?
You told me 12 times. But, you know, there'll be, you know, if you love music, a lot of them will be those moments.
And I'm seeing it now, like even, for example, like my nephews and my nieces and that, they come to my shows and it's like they're so young and just seeing how they are like, whoa, this is what you do, like this is mad, you know, and just forming their core memories and the first concerts and the first this and the first that, and yes, Yeah, it really is an experience.
No regrets as an
It's
artist.
funny that I'd played like a show in London the other day for Meltdown Festival, and my mum came, and later on I saw a video of her like dancing to I Love You, I Hate You. And she was proper going for it, proper like, and I thought, wow, how ironic is it that my mum is living her best life to a song about my daddy issues. This is like...
Listen, there's two answers, I'm sure, that your mum, I don't know your mum, I have huge respect for your mum because of who you are and what you have become and are becoming, so she did an incredible job.
Yeah,
but
cool.
if I was being a parent, I'd imagine there's going to be two answers to that question depending on if that you want to ask it depending on the day.
Right.
One is going to be like, it's a great song.
It's a great song.
The other one is going to be like, why do you think I was dancing? You don't think I don't know what it's about?
Wake up. Literally.
Parents reserve the right to give different answers all the time, depending on how they feel.
Literally.
That must have been a nice moment to, I mean,
it was wicked.
That's about as close as you're going to get to closure, right? Is through the art in a strange way.
Yeah.
You do therapy for the rest of your life about that, but then that one moment of seeing your mum kind of embrace that song.
I guess, well, I don't know, innit? But I guess like how we choose to deal with certain things in our life, I think she's seen me always put it through my music, you know? So
yeah,
just like even gaining her respect and like, no, that's how you process things, that's how you handle things. Yeah, man, it's cool.
Even you just telling that story and being able to sort of put something as serious as, you know,
I thought it was banter though. Because she was proper going for it. I was thinking, Rod, does she not know this?
But you know what I mean by growth, though? You know what I mean? Because, I mean, that's like trust trauma at a vital age of identity formation that can change the course of your life, and did.
Yeah, totally.
Family plays a big role on this record. I mean, there's some beautiful, beautiful kind of reflection that goes on in this record. The need for stability in family, and you know, I think there's some sense of kind of coming home here on this record. I think of realizing like what's important. You travel all around the world and achieve all the things you want to achieve, but at the end of the day, your ride or dies are the ones that were there from day one, really.
Yeah, totally. And just like not being afraid to lean on them, and being the youngest as well, like just feeling like
youngest to how many?
4. Well, wait, if I got 3 older siblings, then it was, yeah. So kind of just like this idea of, nah, I don't, you know, I've got it. I can hold my own. I can whatever. Yeah. But I think you give people value the more you let them in, isn't it? And allow them to be there for you. Yeah. So
that's investment of time.
Exactly. Energy. So just understanding like going forward, I can. This is like my family of origin. This is my foundation. If I'm going through something, I shouldn't feel like I've got to be Simz and be, you know what I mean? It's okay to allow them to see me in this vulnerable state, not just when my album comes out. Then they're like, why didn't you say that this was, do you know what I mean? I've had that many a times.
It's interesting. We think we're doing them a favor by not actually exposing people to these issues, but it's terrible precedent to set for communication going forward. Yeah. You know, we want to help. It's like, that's what family is.
And as well, because I'm that person as well. I want to be there for the people that I care about. I always hold space for people in my life that I'm like, yo, chat to you good? Like, need anything, whatever. So it's nice to be able to show them that they can do that for you as well.
Yeah. And that leads to the song Blood with Rich. Wow, it's such a powerful song. I mean, I'm leaving it up to you to paint the canvas now that we've got the song and just say whatever you feel that you need to say. It's going to help us understand a little bit better. And also, great turn from Rich. I mean, amazingly, what a performer to inhabit that role with such emotion.
Honestly,
he's like it's like a fucking award-winning performance.
It's insane. It's insane. And when I first
love Rich.
Me too, man. He's such an incredible writer, incredible human, just really, really lovely. When I first posed it to him, like, if we can have this dialogue, because sometimes I think those things are hit and miss, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't always land, you know? But as soon as I said it to him, he was like, yeah, cool, understood. you know, and we wrote it together, done it as like a performance. Like it was literally, there was 3 mics, me, Wretch, Cash. We done it as one take. We performed it as is. It wasn't like you go in the booth and then I go in the booth. It was like we're all here and we're having this dialogue.
A real human moment.
And let's talk about it. You know, why aren't you called mum? And I thought you was the favourite. And you know what I mean? Just like, yeah, family dynamics, man. Interesting.
God, you must have been so conflicted at the end of that experience of recording that, because on the one hand, you're like, man, you want to high five everybody because you got it down. But on the other hand, got what down?
Yeah. Yeah.
Got down something that's so heavy and so intense and so revealing in such a beautiful way. But still, what's that feeling like when you know that the performance is nailed?
Yeah.
But the sentiment is still complicated.
I think that's what it is, though, isn't it? It's not. Don't know if there's anything to be solved, because there's, you know what I mean? It's just
all these
something
questions
we
and answers.
navigate, you know? Yeah, it's a lot. And I think we obviously both have siblings, and I know we spoke a lot about our experiences just with family as a whole.
So it's a compilation of experiences as opposed to one particular experience that needs to be resolved. Yeah.
Because I do want it to feel, like universal somewhat, and it hasn't got to be so literal. Like some people don't have siblings, you know, but maybe there is someone that you've grown up with, that you're close to, a friend or whatever it is, that you can identify with some of the themes that are being discussed within the song, you know?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to, and then Cash, like his hook was just like, shit, like the perfect, if you want greener grass, you have to water where you are, you know? That line itself sums up so much, you know? You think you're searching for this and you're going out looking for that, and, you know, but actually it's not always greener if you don't take it at home, you know?
What a wild ride you've been on, man. And I know...
It's mad out here, Zane.
It's mad.
telling you.
But it's been this way for a long time in lots of different chapters of the book that continues to be written, God willing, you know, and I love it, you know, but it's...
Yeah, I'm not on this, though.
Yeah.
This, like...
Yeah. Next chapter.
I think I'm cool. I just... Be nice to just... Like I was saying earlier, you know.
So let's talk a little bit about what's required in order to find a new balance in life, right? I mean, Mary said it. You want to talk about classic artists, you know, no more drama. I mean, talk about them. People were like, "Oh, that." I think some people felt like that was a flag in the ground. I felt like that was a manifestation.
Right.
that was a call for grace.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't like,
totally.
"Oh, I've reached this point." It was like, "No, please." Like, it's a combination.
Yeah.
That requires like you say, when you come out of doing the work, it requires you to reassess and establish what's important and what's not. What have you left behind? What are you not carrying with you anymore? And even from goals, aspirations, things that perhaps were driving forces for you in your life that you no longer really need with you or around you.
Yeah, I think just like, obviously there's a very huge turning point in like a fallout, and I guess like just not having to carry that, you know, like I've spoke about my experience. This is my truth, and that's it. I stand firm in that, and I think like that's it really. That's all. Just I've said what I needed to say. I've gotten it off my chest, and that's all, you know. And it's not, I'm not trying to, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I just want to be honest in my experience, and more. I think even just speaking to people now that it's out and people saying what they relate to, and it's not so much like I've been through that exact thing.
No. It's amazing how the whole concept, the whole record felt very different when I heard it.
Yeah, right.
Later.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It felt very different to me, and it was amazing how, because of stuff that, like I said, it happened in my life. I was like, oh, wow, like I can relate to this way more now as others can around the world.
Sure.
That's the beautiful thing about music, is there's a relatable experience regardless how personal it is for you.
Yeah.
There's a lot to relate to on this record. Is there a piece of music that you listen back to that you feel has been where the most growth is, even just when you listen to it, is everybody showing up, the arrangement, the whole feeling. Obviously, I started with Lotus because that to me feels like a very grand statement, but maybe there's something else on the record that you really feel connected to.
Lonely. Yeah. I think even especially like I've started like doing some shows and stuff and performing it, and I say to the crowd like this is very uncomfortable for me, just so you know, but I'm gonna do it because you know this is what we're here for. But it's not a song that is very uncomfortable. It feels very exposing. And
Why do it? It's a genuine question. Not every song gets performed by artists. I've met many artists in my life who are like, that one's just it just hits home too hard for me.
Yeah. Because I just think it's the one song on the album that I think truly sums up my experience in how I got to this point, do you know? And so it feels like a song that I can't just, I have to, you know what I mean, attack it and speak my truth in it. But it feels like, you know, when you give someone like a note or something, you're like, oh, can you just read it when I'm not here though? Do you know? Yeah. It's like I would rather that, but I'm having to do it in front of you, and it just feels very exposing. Yeah, it's just my truth, isn't it?
As far as performances go, how's it feel now stepping on stage with a new album, joining you with previous records?
It's wicked. Yeah, it's really cool. I enjoy doing it with my band. I enjoy...
They must love it too, after the playing on this album.
Yeah, they're going crazy.
Stretch out on this stuff.
They're going crazy. It's so... And then as well, with doing old stuff, it's just like, it's a real journey, the live show.
Yeah.
And I love performing. So it's nice, like, just to be able to start at one point, we're here in the middle and get to the end really feels like, yeah, a proper journey. Is cool.
You see your name's
You're gonna come.
Of course I am, absolutely. Yes. I know that gets kicked around a lot, but yes, I got to see it. I have to. What do you want to achieve for the rest of this year? Is it really about performing these songs for the people now?
Yeah, I think so. And just taking it to the stage, and just speaking these words like to people. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think that is what I'm most looking forward to. What about some on-screen time? Yeah, man. I've been shooting some stuff.
You've been shooting some stuff. What do we know? What don't we know? What have you been doing?
Well, it's just got announced the other day. Steve.
Yeah.
With Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very much looking forward to that. Cillian's wicked as well. He's
amazing.
Yeah, man. He's like just working with him in like seeing his performance like in the flesh. And
so you've been on set, you've done your bit. He's a music fan too. He's a big music fan.
I think he used to be a drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, he knows, man. He's got some chops for sure.
He's also, I hope he doesn't mind me saying this because I know Cillian a little bit. I think I can say this. I think he'll stand by this. He's one of the most forthright, honest music people. Like someone like me who it's in my nature to appreciate art in lots of different ways.
Yeah.
I can say, I think that record's pretty good. And he'll be like, it's fucking shite. And I'm immediately like, well, I could either just like let that sit or we could go there, you know? And it's always better to go there.
Proper.
But he's just a proper like, he's got no room for small talk when it comes to music.
No, he's not on it.
He's like, it's either fucking great or it's fucking shit.
I love it though.
They can stand by that.
I love it.
You gotta need those people, man. They gotta counteract the people like me who are just like, it's all right. I just want artists to thrive, man. And
he's great.
I'm so excited to see you on screen doing that. A different kind of principle, a different kind of headspace to get yourself into. Are there similarities? Can you draw from previous experience, or is it a completely new thing for you?
Yeah, I think it's all storytelling, isn't it? So even if it's not necessarily my story, I just want to be able to showcase like an authentic performance to whatever it is the story we're trying to tell.
Is your instinct the same? Do you get the same feeling when you know you're onto something musically and you know it's worth seeing through and that you're in your zone? Is it the same feeling when you're doing a scene?
Yeah, it is, and it's the same with recording, and that's I think what inspired like a lot of my performance on Lotus was just like, I want it to be a performance. I don't want to be in a booth like reading my lyrics. So I'm going to learn it all. I'm going to learn my words. And I'm going to go in and deliver it as if like I've read my script. I know my lines. Wow. Yeah. It then allows me to like, I'm able to animate my words here and I'm able to pull from this emotion and do this. And sometimes maybe I got 2 takes of this and then I might not get it again. Do you know?
What song was like that?
Lotus. Yeah, man. Can't be doing that 6-7 times. Nah.
What was it like hearing the music come together? Because I want to give some time to the players.
Incredible. Like just sitting there watching them do it live, like Yusuf, oh my days. Like
the drummer?
Yeah, man. Like
he's on that 4 hero shit at the end of Lotus, man, where he's like
insane.
It's just unbelievable.
Insane. And it's also for me like the bits in between, just the bits where the mic isn't on, he's just warming up and he's just, you know what I mean? I'm just so fascinated, like, wow, like it's really just, you're not even thinking about what, it's just so innate, you know?
Yeah.
Same if I see, you know, Mira, like when she's doing her riffs and it's just a gift.
Searching for that present, to be present,
sure.
to be in the... I'm so glad that we can support artists these days to be able to live a life where they can be lost in their art like that. Because I feel like back in the 30s, 40s, 50s and whatever, musicians who were totally lost in their art were then faced with such a grim reality off stage that it was just drugs or fucked.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Facts. It was just like, how else? I don't want to go outside.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, facts.
Where do I escape to next?
Yeah, that's so true, man. That's so true. And the people are like, I don't know, it just feels like, even though I said the thing about young and whatnot, like them cussing me and that, I do think people are here to let artists do their thing. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man.
Speak your truth, say what you got to say.
Deep down, we want it. We want you to break the spell.
Yeah.
I was like everybody else, furious when my favorite band changes tact. I'm like, oh man, I really, but then you go back 5-10 years later and that's the shit you search for.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to be told.
Yeah, it's true. Do you think like things just hit at different times? They do, didn't they?
It's constantly evolving. I think it's a chemical shift all the time.
Yeah.
Like I said, I pray that it gets resolved to some form of satisfaction. I hate seeing people fall out, especially people that I know. But it's part of life. And I'm grateful for this album. I'm grateful for what it means to me. And I'm excited that, you know, for where you're going to go next.
Thank you. Try my best.
Always the best.